You have come to the right place at the right time. Welcome to Will Save, the podcast.
Will Save.
Will Save. Will Save. Will Save. 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 I am your ASMR GM, John Swan, and I'm joined by my lovely ASMR podcast hosts, Vinnie Rodriguez, Will Garrett, Kelly Gilliam, and Kevin Decker. We just Kev, I need you to talk quietly because you are in fact right here. That is my hand. It is over there. As Kev is in LA.
Touching hands.
Hands touching.
Reaching out.
Yeah. But
what I can't remember is like
Yeah.
where you guys are in like this.
Everyone's all in.
Yeah. So like
I really want to try and time it and get the white balance right so Will goes like this and then I stick my hand out so it looks like Will's hand came in. Yeah. Everyone go like this and then your hands appear. We should edit that in. Woo. Yeah, it's great. They love that.
Visual gags for audio listeners.
Yeah, so
save the podcast.
yeah. Yep. And it's going to be a good time. And I'm going to put all my sensitive stuff on the screen right in front of me and not in front of the screen that Kev can see over here. So just don't look over here.
Oh yeah, don't cheat, Kevin.
Kev, what's the conspiracy, Kevin?
You're good at not cheating.
What's this conspiracy?
Oh my God!
You guys won't believe what I just saw.
guys, I swear I'm not cheating.
Control your chaos monkey for this one.
Yeah.
While you're in town.
Okay, here is my question of the week. We did just lose Vinnie.
Yeah. Goodbye, Vinnie.
Gives me a chance to start my timer.
What? Am I?
Okay.
Welcome back.
I'm
Hi.
what?
Welcome back, Vinnie. My question.
Okay.
What is your favorite time of day? And I'm going to tell you, I don't like afternoon. I don't know if this is some synesthesia thing, but I remember being young and like it's when you see sounds or you hear colors. And I remember looking out when I was younger and seeing the setting sun come down Lone Star Vinnie, and there was just something about it that I was like, no, just please. Yeah, when I was 10. Yeah,
You're like a 10-year-old kid.
Stuck with me. But
so wait,
morning, seeing the morning sun, I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
I want to go next.
Just me?
After you.
Yeah, go.
After your explanation, of course, because I have the same. I don't like the afternoon very much either. What it is, the
Why?
sun's like
Yeah, why?
in your face, and then like everyone's like rushing around all the time because everyone's coming back from work. It's hard to see out of your car. It's like annoying. Everyone's in a rush. Wait, hold on a second though, John. I need to hear about the synesthesia thing. Does does that mean that like when the sun was setting, you heard it be like boom, like you could just hear like the fucking like?
No.
What do you mean? Because I know what it is, but I didn't know that it extended to that. Which would be cool if it did, but-
I just don't know what it is. Like, why do I get this emotional reaction when I'm just seeing, like, consistently when I'm seeing the afternoon sun? Why do I feel that way? Or when I see the morning sun?
Morning sun, I agree with you, is definitely my favorite. So when I don't have to do work or something else, I definitely prefer the morning. So the most, all else being equal, I prefer mornings. So I think I agree with you.
Mornings are best.
Agreed.
No?
I'm one of those that's I very much appreciate a sunset. In the morning I'm too wound up. I'm sort of like a spring. If you think of like a mainspring in an automatic watch, where it's just been winding up all night, and then in the morning, boom, everything goes. And thanks,
Yeah,
Cameron,
that's
for
good.
just
Thanks,
Thanks,
Video Ninja.
Mac update.
Mac
The-
update. Yeah, it is.
yeah, I think that's Sonoma actually. I should probably turn that off. Like in the morning, I'm so just like focused on getting shit done that by the time sunset rolls around, I can like sit back and look on all of the things that I've done in a given period, and maybe spend some time with a person
So you're
that I
Thanos.
like and enjoy it. Yeah, and
it's your
sunset is my farm right before I get decapitated. Yeah.
Not necessarily sunset, but it's beautiful having the orange sky. I like kind of see yourself down. But I think it's also a time that like in the summer it starts to cool down, and it's just a better time of day. It's the best time of day.
But Kevin,
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about that because that bedtime is sort of like sunrise part 2 for me. Because like as soon as I get those two lovely,
Qualify
absolutely
all you
cherished,
want. Yeah.
beautiful hellions locked in a room for the night, I can clean. I can put all the things away. I can vacuum and mop the floors and do dishes and like do all of the little things that you can't do with little ones running around. And then I can sit back and enjoy it. So it's almost like I have 2 days in one day. Yeah.
Kevin, for you, bed is like 5 p.m. So like, what are we talking
Yeah.
here? Like when, like you mean
What ti-
4:30 or something?
What time of day? Okay. Will,
What was the question?
what's your favorite time of day? What's your
My favorite
time
time
of
of
day do
day
you
or
vibe?
least favorite time of day?
either one? What's your relationship
With
with
time?
time of day?
See, that's the thing. As a time traveler,
Oh no, what have I done?
as a time traveler, my least favorite time is tomorrow.
Okay.
Because that's the only time you don't know. Like you
Yeah,
can,
well,
can
it's-
you
it's-
travel into the future or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to the
Not-
future, you end up. It's complicated. Let's not.
Oh,
go
okay.
into time
Okay,
travel.
so that's what
Um,
I feel like if you go too far talking to us about going to the future, you're gonna come in this door behind me and shoot Kev and I because we started this. So you'll stop the episode from happening.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Yeah, you have to close the loop. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta close the loop, man. Okay.
I guess if we're going off of that logic, then the morning tracks as my least favorite time, and it's pretty accurate. I hate waking up.
Okay, well, since Will is a time traveler, I guess I would have a slightly different question. If there was a loop to be closed, looper style, what actor would play young or old Will, depending
I
on
know who it would be. I'll have my
which
own
part
answer
of the
for this,
loop
but I
you
want
were
to
in?
hear Will.
I want to hear Kelly's answer.
Yeah,
It's gonna
same.
be who's the fucker who plays the Big Lebowski?
John Goodman.
No, not John Goodman. Who's the
The
guy who
dude?
plays the Lebowski? The dude, yeah.
Jeff
No.
Bridges?
Jeff
The
Bridges.
dude.
Jeff Bridges
oh yeah,
would be you.
Jeff Bridges.
in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah,
Young Jeff
Young
Bridges? I could see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Young
Don't
Jeff
say Hugh
Bridges.
Jackman because he's too tall.
Yeah,
apparently.
Hugh Jackman's too tall.
It's true. We have to accurately cast Will according to height and shit. Yeah.
According to height, for sure.
Gotta be like a
it's
6
only
foot 4.
We need to have somebody who's 5'11".
Oh, I know a Kevin that could help out with this. You're 5'11", right?
right, Kev.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like 10 by most.
Is he? That's the thing.
By
he's
what is
tall.
most measurements?
He's
Is that
always
like
saying he's not
European
tall.
or?
Yeah, that's tall-ish.
No, it's just sometimes there's less than off.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, if you've only measured yourself in the frame of a 7-Eleven, it's hard to tell.
To measure
Hey,
yourself.
eating their
hey,
third hot
cashier,
dog.
how tall am I?
Okay. Jeff Bridges is 6'1".
Is he too tall?
He's too
He's
tall.
too short. He's too
However,
short.
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, it's actually
I'm
short.
actually taller than 6'1".
Josh Brolin is
Yeah,
5'10".
dude.
Yeah, he is definitely.
Will's-
tall.
Will is
Will's fucking
6'4".
6'4". Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure
I
out what
know,
you
I
were
was just
talking
messing
about because I
around.
knew we were
Just having
comparable heights.
Having a laugh,
Just
guys.
messing around having fun.
I wasn't
You know,
gonna
just
lie.
like you asked the cashier at 7-Eleven random questions, I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start thinking of really odd questions to ask them. It probably won't be the oddest things.
Be like, do you
Yeah.
get good TV reception here? Just random shit.
Should I buy this flight or this flight? Yeah, don't ask for
Oh my
ghost
God,
stories.
no.
Okay.
That I would actually be interested in hearing.
I'd come back.
That's true. That's true.
A
this
probably are
7-Eleven
there.
clerk.
7-Eleven ghost stories. Ooh, true.
Oh
true,
wait.
true.
Oh yeah.
What? I just want to give a shout out. Just something you want to give a little shout. Little shout out, Kelly.
Yeah. No, maybe it's the same shout out you were gonna give. I was gonna ask you, how did your interview
Let's say it at
go?
the same time. Let's say it at the same time. I want to shout.
I
Three,
want to shout out.
2, 1 out. I want to shout out.
I wanna shout out STF,
and
Tom
friends.
Talks
Yeah,
interview.
Tom Talks. There. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool. We were thinking the same thing. Yeah. Awesome.
How was
That's
it?
so
You
whoa.
and Kevin were interviewed on one of their shows at Tom Talks, right? I don't know
Yeah.
who Tom is, but
Tugs.
oh, okay.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's
So,
funny too. At one point we were like, this is less than
Yeah. Just felt like we're talking about Starfighter. We're talking about what it takes to put on a podcast, what it talks about GMing.
who's Tom though?
talking about California.
Yeah, who's Tom?
Where's Tom?
I think it's Tom.
So Tom.
So that's
yeah.
where it comes from. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We did have a good in-depth dive about our geographical superiority, I'll call it. How we are just all over.
Wait, what? How about California?
I'm really interested in diving into how you arrived at superiority.
Wasn't.
Right.
I just went with it.
Everyone
I just
remember.
had an inkling.
A couple hundred miles of each other where we span
Yeah.
the entire breadth of
I mean, for now.
Be like, everyone remember
Tomorrow
John
the
is better than you.
world.
Not only
Tomorrow.
geographically, but also he can hear fucking like
We're Pinky and
everything
the
that he
brain.
visualizes
Pinky
as sound
and
and
the
shit.
brain.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I just look out and I hear the sun screaming at me.
Yeah, it's like, like every morning.
Yeah. That's why I love the morning, because I wake up to the sound of the sun. Wild. All right, should we?
You guys ever seen? It's my favorite video ever. Is the Great Street Yoga.
No.
I haven't seen this right now. And you should follow it.
That sounds scary. That sounds like,
I'm,
yeah.
That
I
sounds
already
like
have
hearing
enough of that.
damage.
And That's also why we
Oh
are
my
talking
God.
so softly today, is to avoid hearing damage for all you listeners. Yeah. All right, y'all ready to play? Should we play?
Yeah.
You
Still
excited to play
loading
some
this bridge
Starfinder?
video.
I saw a thumbnail of it.
I'm gonna be in the
That
middle of
was
my
a joke.
recap
I'm
and
not- I'm not actually.
No, he's definitely not. All right. So, if we think back, start to just pull ourselves back into the land of Starfinder. Space that Starfinder inhabits. Remember how it felt to be landing on Veros, the lava moon of Bethesda.
That's still moving.
I mean,
That's
it was
my
good.
moon. How it felt to be coming in on the Void Crier landing. Don't forget that you got off, you met the stewards who are there currently. Jock's Herd, the commander of Varos. They're presumably number one, the Vlaka, that didn't really respond well to Heerz.
Oh, is that the dog person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You met a couple other, the lower stewards, lower in rank. Red, Sylvania, Brick, Lilac, Baxter. Name's starting to... Good. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. No, it's good because I had to go back and remember what I had named them. So I was listening through, being like, what was their name again? That's right. You met Dr. Rel Nodens, enthusiastic to get to know you, to learn more about what's happened. Very curious. Very curious. Yeah. And this is a chance for you all to take a minute to relax. You had that opportunity on the ship, and now you're not actively, in any dangerous environment. So this is a chance for you all to relax. So what do? Hang out. Rick, you're going through, you're like, hey, Android Abolitionist Front, I'm going to message you on my AOL Messenger. And there's no user. What website didn't work?
I mean, would he be on AOL name or would he be on like MSN?
Oh,
I
that's
see.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Colin, you did a little chatting yourself. You were going around, chatting with the Parentons, asking questions. You're researching news, trying to find out on the infosphere on Tikala space, like what's happening in Akuton. Come to find out, the infosphere is a little limited. Seems like they're not refreshing daily. They're combing through, making sure the data's clean, what they're pulling in. Subject to infrequent updates, let's say. And then you chat. You're like, hey, Orvir. As people are talking, or going to eat, you go to chat with Orvir about your purpose there. Do people leave? He's mostly gives you some answers, but seems like he's not entirely forthcoming. He knows something. Dr. OK, you were gathering information, chatting with all the guards at the entrance to the restricted area throughout the evening, just getting to know people.
just
Getting
friendly
to know.
chit chat. Just
Just
getting
friendly chit chat,
just
no other motives.
getting
Yeah.
to know some friends, what they like
Yeah.
to do,
Right. It's
how
good.
they spend their off time,
Yeah.
what time the
How
shift
they-
changes.
Right. Casual running them. I mean, that's what I ask 7-Eleven employees frequently. Hey, when is your shift
Hey,
over?
when do you guys open the safe?
Yeah. Hey, what's behind that door? Yeah. And Heerz, of course, sent a message, talked to a few people, but message with Shay. Kind of got left on red a little bit. And then you're like, all right, peace out. See ya. You just napped. Right?
Yeah, but then I got a
Just
reply, right?
You did get a reply. You did get a reply.
Here's
Yeah.
did. Which was basically useless because it was like, yeah, we're still figuring it out. Where's my armor, John? Where is it?
Dude,
I need-
you
I need-
just got
It's been a
to
day and
Carla's
a half at
base.
this point.
No, you just laid it at like 3 p.m. They get off, and you're like, "Hey, where's my armor?" It's like,
here's-
I can see on his screen. He's got something pretty good.
Oh, really? Okay. Kevin,
don't build them up like that. Don't build them up. Give them false hope.
I would desire
would
a
you-
plus 3 or something. You know, that's what I need right now. maybe.
Oh, for sure. Definitely at least level 15 or above item.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You have any
Yeah, for
Fornium
sure.
Venom casters lying around, by the way? I need some of those too.
That's been rebuilt into armor.
There's no limitations on using items. So if you
Except
find
for me.
it at level 20, you can burn it out.
Sure, if you find it in the game that I run, good luck. Good luck. That sounds awesome.
Kevin, when John's away from the computer, you know what to do.
Don't you?
When he goes for a bio break. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to record here. You're like, oh, I'll definitely record here. This is a plan by the four of you.
John, do you remember that game that was based on the
Yeah,
Matrix?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
On the GameCube, where like one of the
Yeah.
game mechanics was you could hack in and like type
Oh.
similar to like they could in the Matrix, and you could just like
Yeah,
drop weapons
yeah,
into
that was-
yourself.
that's
Matrix
That was
awesome.
wild.
You mean like GTA?
Yeah.
No.
I think
Cheat codes on GTA.
Matrix.
No,
Yeah, but sure.
I mean,
You were like hacker. mode.
sure, but like
the
it's the
Matrix?
Matrix.
Enter the Matrix.
Right. Enter the Matrix. Yeah, you had to like
Yeah.
know
Oh, yeah.
DOS decently well in order to.
Yeah, that's how we got our start.
Yeah. Anyway,
DOS?
that's what
really?
Kev. That's what I need you to do for the adventure.
Wait, but Matrix era? Well, that doesn't make sense. That's too.
doesn't
that's-
make
that
sense.
predates to the Matrix, though.
That doesn't make sense.
Matrix is like Windows XP.
Okay.
I mean, I feel
Are you
like-
talking about just like command
Good
line
time.
shit? Like you just like had no like
Yeah.
Unix commands or something?
I'm looking this up.
So,
Yeah.
you all go to sleep.
What the fuck? It's the Matrix book before. All right, anyway.
It's the end of your kind of first. I don't want to call it your first day there because it was kind of a half day, but this is kind of the start of your first day here because as I move you over to the map, the Tierkalis base map, on Foundry. You'll recall that I've put in this module that allows me to move time forward. It's linked to the lighting
I do recall this.
in this base that is somewhat of an oasis among the craggy, fiery red landscape of Veros. There is a base with blue floors, nice blue lighting. The inside is nicely furnished, definitely juxtaposed against the crazy volcanic activity outside.
You did not tell us that was an item. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So if I keep going, like as I do it, as we get into evening and morning, you'll see it.
Yeah,
Get a
I've
little
seen
lighter, get
your witchcraft.
a little darker.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you. Shout out to is it Small Time? Quick Time. Forget which not Quick Time. I think it's Small Time is the name of the module. Colin. Dr. Okay. There's a on your door. What do you do? Seven
What
in the
time
morning.
did you say it was? Like wee hours. Oh, okay. Colin was.
Shift S. Yeah.
I do. I just you
Yeah,
know we're
that's
an
true.
audio medium as well.
Thank you for that.
So Colin, I think is going to. He was already half awake, like glancing at his data pad, and so he's gonna hop.
Oh, your
down
top one.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
We are.
That sounded really good.
Um,
In a drum line that was like, are you a Triceratops or a Triceratops?
Ayo.
Nice. Colin is gonna.
There's not a
Is there a peephole in the store? Is there any like camera
No.
outside that Colin can see?
Yeah.
Or is this just like, hi, who's there?
There's a brief second where you hear like, and then there's a knock again, doo doo doo, and then you hear,
Hey, I'm here to bring you to your medical check. and debrief. Is this Colin?
Aye.
Yeah.
Who's asking?
My name's actually Silverton.
No.
Are you ready to go?
Can I roll a Can I roll a sense motive to see
Yeah.
if this is legit?
Dr. K, are you awake or are you still sleeping?
I'm pretending to be asleep.
14.
Okay. Roll an eyes closed check. 14 sense motive. Seems like it's early. Their voice sounds a little sleepy. But they're just there to pick you up. There's no aggressive or aggression, sorry. There's no aggressive tone, timbre. Is it timbre? It's timbre.
All right, give me a minute
Does-
to put
does Heerz
clothes on
Hear this?
All right.
and
Does
Heerz-
the knock wake
What?
up Heerz and Rick?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
If you think you might wake up.
well, and I think you get like a minus, or you get like
Heerz
plus 10
always
to the
keeps his
DC
one
if
eye
you're
open
asleep.
around Rick. He rolled a 20. So yeah.
You rolled a natural 20?
I did. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh well, no, it's a plus 2 to equal 20. It's an 18 on the die plus 2.
Oh, okay. Rick doesn't wake up. Okay. I was just checking the plus 10 DC modifier. Yeah. Thank you for that, Vinnie. Yeah. You don't wake up. Here's.
Heerz doesn't wake up. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't want to leave Vinnie
Sorry
by
if I was
himself.
Right,
No, it's
so-
okay.
So Colin, having donned his armor, pops the door open. Noticing Dr. OK is still asleep, he steps
Okay.
outside quickly. And
As you
closes
open the
behind him.
door,
He didn't
you
wanna wake
see
up
a
the doctor.
Sheeran with more bluish green in their skin. They're wearing a white coat that looks like a medical lab coat. It's pretty fastidiously done up, except for the top. One of the top buttons is actually like mismatched. They have all of their antennae. None of them are clipped.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. Hey, I know that I'm asleep, but can I move my token out
Nice.
so I can see the only other Sheeran I've ever seen, like in Foundry or Roll20 for that matter? I want to see him.
You'll have time. And as you step out, Colin.
I'm gonna walk over and ask him what kind of species he is.
Yeah. Hey man, are you Sheeran?
No, the dog people are new, or the hyena people are new.
Vlaka.
Yeah.
As you step out, Colin, he's like,
Hey, Silverton. Nice to meet you.
shakes. Yeah.
Like, Colin,
Sorry for the
Shakes his
early
hand.
morning rise here. I'm guessing that the doctor didn't tell you when, or you didn't get a notification.
I've got, well, GM, did I get
No.
any notification?
Dr.
I
Nozel
don't think
didn't
I did.
mention anything.
Yeah, she didn't mention what time we might be
Okay.
getting an inspection.
All right, well, no worries. Happens. It's pretty early. I know. It's early for me too.
Starts to walk down.
As they walk back, Colin starts asking about life, like in the station, and
Silverton,
making small talk, but also like gathering more information
Totally.
on
Okay.
what goes on here.
Silverton is responsive. You like that kind of response where they're like just doing their job. Not rude, but they're not going to be like, oh, totally. Like, they're not trying to be your best friend. Yeah, thank you.
Polite but not
You said it in
forthcoming.
so much fewer words. That was needed. It was great. So they walk up, and you actually see Sylvania at the end of the hall, the restricted area. And as Silverton walks up, he pulls out little, badge, shows it to Sylvania. Sylvania looks down, nods, and then reaches behind to unlock the door.
Guys, I'm gonna see the restricted area.
And I'm gonna need Kevin and Will and Kelly to move away from the screen so you don't see or hear anything.
I'm gonna just slide over
No, don't do that. Get out of the room, Kevin. What are you doing?
All right.
Wait.
Get out of
So
here.
what do I have to do? Leave?
Just leave for like 5 minutes. 5-10. I'll just message you when it's time. Okay.
I'm so excited right now.
So Sylvania steps out of the way, and the door to the restricted area opens. You see a long hallway, probably about 45 feet. Silverton starts to walk through the door. On your right, you can see, if you recall, there's the security office with a transparent glass to the right before you go in, right? That's where you're talking to Red. Maybe if you look over, you see the top of Red's, the knoll, their head as they're typing away.
Yep. Yeah, Colin nods to each of them as he walks past.
And Silverton walks in. The door behind you shuts, and you hear as it locks. You only walk in maybe 10 feet, and Silverton stops, turns to the right. There's another door, heavy metal door. Takes out the badge, and actually takes their thumb, puts it on to read a biometric reader, and they open the door. And they walk in. Now, as you walk in to this medical center, you see before you I'll have Silverton step in so you can just move in. Yeah. Door shuts behind you, not like in a locked way, just. You see before you a state-of-the-art for you. Yeah, go ahead.
Colin is going to pseudo stumble into the room, but he's really gonna hit the door button as he stumbles to see if it opens without any authentication.
Yeah, it starts to shut and then it goes back. If you want to do an engineering check, you can try and suss something out. Okay.
I don't have engineering.
It does open if you press it to open. It wasn't locked when you were doing that. Don't forget. Yeah, you see a state-of-the-art medical facility, not cutting edge, but clearly well furnished. They have the money to provide for newer technologies. You're not working in an old lab from before, right? You see that there's a laboratory corner in the southwest. There's this area that's covered and separated from the main chamber by a curved wall of transparent material. There's an archway on either end that you can walk into and walk out of. It's somewhat transparent, semi-transparent. You can see the gray hair of Dr. Nodens sitting down at the chair and hear the tick, right, of things. 5 beds across the room. Yep. It's an open floor area. The beds are quality, nice sheets. You've been around beds before. There's a curtain rod in the ceiling for privacy, and there's a metal door in the southwest or the southeast of the room. You walk in. Silverton says,
Hey, why don't you just take a seat right there?
Points to one of the beds.
Or wherever you want.
Colin is going to have a seat, not in the bed Silverton indicated, but
door
the
at the
one
bottom
next to the door
Cool.
in the southeast.
You see Silverton walk into the arch at the southern end, and Dr. Nodens comes out the northern end. You can see that Silverton just goes to sit down at the desk, and as Dr. Nodens comes out, peeks around, her energy suddenly fills the room. Oh, good morning. Hello, Colin. It is good to see you. I know it's early. How did you sleep?
I've slept better than I have in the last few
great.
days, that's for sure.
I am so happy to hear that. We try to make sure that our facilities, our quarters, our dormitories are relaxing places. So I'm so glad to hear that. No bumps, no pains, no stiff mattress or anything. Okay.
Nothing yet. This is probably the most I've been poking
Well,
prodding
yeah.
since I've got
Okay,
here.
yeah, that's fair. There will be a little bit of poking and prodding, but I really want to get a chance to talk to you. We're gonna have a chance to sit down, just do a little chit chat. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Doctor.
So you
where am
are
I
in
exactly?
our medical facility, right? This is our medical center, we call it, and this is where we treat people. This is where people come for their checkups. I believe you are a doctor / have medical training as well, correct, Colin? Okay.
That is correct. This is quite a lot of technology and well furnished
Thank
for
you.
a
Yeah,
clinic.
we do our best. We are part of the stewards. I petition a lot to have more money come in every year so we can make sure that we are taking care of people. We are in a remote area, and there are a lot of people that come in with unusual burns and, unusual maladies, let's call it. Anyway, Silverton, are you almost ready? And you hear, yep. Silverton comes out, walks over to you, and
I'm just gonna start with a little bit of a, physical check.
starts to go through pretty typical, checking kind of some basic things like reflex, checking your eyes, listening to your heart, looking in your ears, everything you would expecting. And then during that time, give me a sense of motive. Okay.
15.
Seems like they're a little impatient, but ready to get going,
And then I'm just gonna need to get some fluid if that's all right, so I can check everything and see how things are going. With your consent, of course. Blood.
Which fluid exactly? That's what exactly
Well,
are
it's
you
part
doing?
of what we're gonna use for just our database and making sure and checking to make sure that you didn't bring any foreign pathogens or anything with you, or that you might not have some diseases that maybe you don't know that you had.
sure.
Can I roll another sense motive on that?
Okay.
18.
He is mostly sincere. Again, a little not forthcoming, but you're pretty sure they're going to use it for something else. He also seems like he is doing what he's told. So he might not have anything to say.
Dr. Nodens, what else are you
Oh,
going
well,
to use my
honestly,
blood for?
it is just standard procedure. So, frankly, if you're not comfortable with it and going to be asking questions, I am fine to just move on and we can just get to chatting. That is totally fine. So, Silverton, don't just put it away. It's fine. It's okay. No worries.
She walks over, kind of takes the vial and the shot, the syringe, and goes and puts it back inside. All right. Well, shall we have a little chat? Okay.
Aye.
She motions after you. The door opens in the southeast.
Colin stands up and stares very intently at Dr. Nodens, but complies.
You're not, just so you know, you're not getting any sort of aggression from her. Just want to make that clear. There's no aggression or anything from either of them.
Okay. So there's an agenda, but they're not pushing it very
Yeah, I mean, they do want to get to like
Maybe.
check on you. She seems like she's really interested in talking to you a little more,
All right, feel free to take a seat anywhere. I tend to like to sit on the couch. we do have a healthy budget, so I did make sure to get something actually that was from Castrovel. It's all based on plants, the non-sentient ones. It's very, very comfy.
Colin sits
Okay.
at the conference table.
No problem. You walk in and sit down at a room that honestly looks small, clean, austere. The gray table in the center really takes up most of the room. 4 metal chairs. You take the one facing the window. The window looks outside because the table is lit up from the light of the volcanic activity. And maybe you can see a little bit of Berthita. It's massive.
Nice.
And so that angry landscape kind of comes in but is calmed by the window, and instead you just get this filter of light. She takes a seat across from you, and then Silverton comes in, and she says, all right, so this is very straightforward. If it's okay, I'm going to just be asking some questions. You're going to be doing most of the talking. I'm going to record it if that's okay, and probably just have Silverton take some notes. Is that okay with you? Okay, great. Turns,
That's
nods to Silverton. Silverton goes over and sits on the couch. And then takes out a little recorder, starts recording. She just looks at you and says, let's take a deep breath in. I know it's early. Thank you again for coming in. I really do appreciate it. This is very easy. It's very easy. So I'm going to start off with some very simple questions. Can you just tell me your name and where you're from?
My name is Colin Edenbrand. I'm from Absalom Station.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about where you grew up? About your childhood or any significant events?
Doctor, tell me
Sure.
about this line of questioning.
I'm just wanting to get to know you better. It's pretty standard protocol for understanding more of what happened. We will get to the recent events that have led you here. I just wanted to get to know you a bit better. That's it.
If you don't mind, I've certainly seen a whole lot of things in the last few days that probably hasn't certainly built lots of trust
Okay.
in strangers. So, if you
Sure.
don't mind
Okay.
cutting to the
Looks at
chase.
Silverton just as kind of like, let's scratch that, part of the questions. So, totally fine. I understand. It's been very traumatic. So, starting with those recent events, tell me how you arrived here. Walk me through the events and your thoughts, your emotions. Share your story with me. And I'll say, for the sake of roleplay, go in as in depth as you would like. You can also just give a very high level thing, and I can assume that you're doing it more in depth. You just let me know.
Yeah, I'm like Colin doesn't
Okay.
trust what's happening here. And so he is similar to Silverton, polite but not forthcoming. He's trying to figure, he's playing the chess game in his mind as well as they are. And so I was on Akiton. I'm a doctor, as we've mentioned earlier. I was on Akiton doing some humanitarian work. And there's the gap somewhere after arriving on Akiton, and then I woke up in a bush that had mesmerized these strangers
Yeah.
that you've found
Wow.
with. Vrasinea, I believe it was.
Make sure to get that. Okay, yeah. Vrasinea.
Yeah. I woke up. They pulled me out of the bush. They had a giant Keshti Rivener who was sentient. And we went with him and fought a radioactive giant troll.
you, yeah.
defeated that and discovered we were on an asteroid of some kind, some
Okay.
sort of grey outpost
yeah.
called Omicron. And then we found your friends who made their way to us and got
Oh,
us off
so
the rock,
you-
and now I'm here.
Sorry, so did you, did you meet them before or after this troll? Oh, okay.
I met them before
Right.
the troll. They pulled me out of
Okay.
the rest in
Yeah,
ambush.
And then,
I believe they took
okay,
me to
wow,
the
oh,
troll.
wow, they brought you
Who's-
to the, that's very
Yeah.
bold, yeah.
Yeah, the troll. It was feeding off of a nearly melted down nuclear reactor, and so we had to defeat the troll in order to stop the reactor from going off and putting us all to hell.
You see her following your
So
logic. Oh, wow, okay, wow. All right.
yeah, so as you can imagine, it's
Absolutely.
been a rough
Okay,
couple of
wow.
days.
You tell it so much better than Narla's report reads. So, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Okay, and then you got aboard the ship, and then I understand that something happened aboard the ship. Can you talk to me about that?
I guess similar to the gap from being on Akitan and waking up in the Vrasanae bush, there was another 24-hour period that was stolen from me. There were. Are you familiar with Greys at all?
Like the bedtime story? Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Then yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am.
So, this may be a surprise, but they're
Okay,
real.
They're real. Make sure to
Um,
get that, Silverton. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Aye. The asteroid I woke up on was apparently a
okay.
Grey facility. And they had, I guess, followed us into the drift after Omicron disappeared. And so they knocked out our drift drive and did all sorts of experiments on the entire crew. They replaced an eye, they isolated another person, they did something to my pelvis over here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've noticed it
Yeah.
in the physical examination. Still not abundantly clear what they did, but
Okay.
there's a small
Yeah, we'll take a
incision.
look at that. Happy to remove that scar or anything if you like. Okay.
I'm fine. I'll
Sure.
add it to the collection. And so we ended up recovering some of the memories. It was at that point the crew kind of turns on us, and they were crazed with aggression and anger, and everyone was either knocked out, presumably because they tried to resist the Greys, or
Okay.
they were overcome by the Greys, and all tried to kill
Yeah.
the five of us.
Oh, wow. So they were experiments. She seems like very
Aye.
curious about this part, but is letting you talk. But you have her enthralled.
Cool. Yeah, so we did the best we could to knock them out, instead of killing anyone, because we could tell pretty clearly that they were not in charge of their own faculties. And so we knocked out enough of the crew to take over the bridge and try to get away from our captors. We discovered that the grey ship was right next to us, the one that knocked out our drift drives, and so engaged in some ship-to-ship combat, blew the fuckers to hell, and made our way
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That sounds very dramatic. I can see what you're saying at the beginning of this. Wow. Okay, thank you for sharing that. I think that's about it.
Yep.
Oh,
I think having unloaded all of that, you hear
Yeah.
Colin take a deep sigh. 'Cause I think that's the first time he's probably
Yeah.
recounted the whole story.
she goes, greatly appreciate you sharing all that. Like I said, one last question. Do you have any secrets? Laughs, throws her hand up. Just kidding.
I'll share mine if you share yours.
Okay. I'll take that offer later. No, joking. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Silverton, could you please kindly, she starts to stand up. Could you please go ahead and have Colin, take Colin back? And then, oh, yes, please.
Doctor,
Uh-huh.
but before I leave, what are these notes and recordings and research?
Sure. So,
Used
not
for?
research per se. This is just part of our debriefing process. It's part of understanding exactly what you went through and making sure we can log that and know that, there are these grays that you're talking about, learning more about them. I may have a couple more questions for you. I don't know. I need to just sift through, compare to the reports. I don't have those exactly in front of me. You see that they're there, and she's got like some marks. So she definitely knows what's in them, but she needs to kind of compare and read over your stuff.
Mhm.
So that's just about it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go ahead and have, who do we
Was-
have up next? Silverton? Heerz is going to come in. Okay, yeah. So Silverton, if you could get Heerz. Colin, if you have any other questions, let me know. We are on a bit of a schedule, but feel free to message me. Yeah,
Sure.
go-
Was she? This is Vinnie to John. Was she surprised when Colin brought up Grace?
No,
Or
she
it
was not
like-
surprised.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor, is this the first time you've heard about grey activity?
She kind of leans in as if a little like friendly. She's like, I can neither confirm or deny. Winks. Very heavy-handed. So anyway, but that'll be our little secret that we'll start to share. Right, Colin? All right. Thank you, Colin. Goes to shake your hand. Do you shake your hand? Okay. Okay. All right. Great.
All right. He shakes his
All
head.
right. She walks out, heads back through the what do you call it? Back into the little like semi-transparent area,
Control
and Silverton walks out. Starts to walk out. The door is still unlocked, so as he walks through and gestures for you to go ahead and walk in front of him. Yeah. And then shuts the door, and you see once again that he uses his thumb. And then he is going to reach over and use his thumb on the door to unlock. Yeah, go ahead.
So, because you mentioned on the way in that he used the badge.
Yeah,
and-
sorry. What I meant to say was that he uses his biometrics. Then I realized that he wouldn't have biometrics in his card probably, so he's going to use his thumb. So pretty much he just uses
Right.
his thumb. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Alrighty. And opens the door. Sylvania looks back and sees Silverton and then steps aside to let you go out. All right. I'll follow with you
Right.
because I'm going to go get Heerz, of course. Walks through. The rest of it's pretty... Do you say anything to Silverton? He starts to walk down the hall.
I ask him, who's the last crew that you've interviewed?
The
like
last
that?
crew that we interviewed like that. We did interview the Pikes Peritons, and there was another before them, but I can't remember their name. Another knight sort of thing. I'm not sure.
And they had seen Grace too?
I can't comment on what they had seen, but I can certainly say the Greys are. Why am I talking like Dr. Dodens? I slip into this imitation. I'm just around her so much. So the thing is that no, I don't think that they did. But Dr. Dodens worked with several people. But to my understanding, no. What do you do? Okay,
Colin
goes back to his room.
his
All right, we're gonna bring back everybody else. You go into your room, and I will message for people to come back. We message Kev and just say, "Hey, Kev, come back."
All right.
Boom.
Okay, gonna pause for a second. Don't look, Kev.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
He looks really good,
Colin,
though.
where did you disappear to?
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
You're
I was awake the whole time.
You're not gonna believe this. They've let me behind the Iron Curtain. Wait, the whole
Yeah, I
time?
saw you get out. I was gonna say like you should take one of these knockout things that I got left over, but you just ran out the hallway.
I didn't want to wake you
You
up.
always wake me up.
Colin
There's a-
visibly rolls his eyes.
Knock, knock, knock
Um,
on the door of Rick 19. And here's Fabricius.
Should I roll a perception check? Do I wake up now with a 20? Would that work at this point? Like, I feel like I wake up, right?
I think you wake up.
All right.
I think I got that.
Okay. Yeah, you both wake up.
I don't know. Heerz gets up. I think he's on the top bunk. So he jumps down.
It's maybe like 7:45, 8.
In the morning,
Bump the time up.
Heerz opens the door to see a beautiful Sheeran.
Blue-green skin, white
Whoa.
coat. This time, the button, which you would not know, is actually, buttoned correctly.
He,
And he's-
yeah.
Hello, are you here?
Hey. Yeah. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Silverton. How are you doing?
Silverton. I'm alright. So, what
Great.
are you doing here?
So, I'm actually going to need you to come with me. You're going to have your medical checkup and quick debrief with Dr. Nodens.
Doctor who?
Dr. Nodens.
Was that? He talks to Rick. He's like, was that the slightly obsessed with this doctor?
What? Yeah, that was the yeah, okay.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Silly. Yeah. Steps out, allows you space
well,
to come
all
out.
right, Rick. If I don't come back, you know what happened to me. See you later.
You're fine.
Hey, I just want to say, I don't know if you're an intern or whatever, but you can see what happened to my antenna here, right?
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, I feel
that
like-
is not good.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
I'll log that. I don't even know what I would do. Like, what would happen to me? Would I start speaking out loud or speaking a different language?
Honestly,
I
it's
don't
like a 50-50 chance at this point.
Wow.
That happens for real. So if you have any insight into that, I would love to hear
You
it.
start hearing the sound come up every morning.
Oh my god.
I literally
So
cannot
funny.
silence the voices in my head.
Oh my god,
so
that was
tired.
great, Will.
Oh, I can't,
was great.
I can't get in.
Will, I will come to your New Year's now, because you made that joke. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We can hear the
All
sound
right,
come
so-
up together.
Yeah, let's do it. As you're walking down the hall, I want to give Colin and Dr. OK a minute to just paint for me the scene. If anything happens, what do you talk about? Do you notice
Ugh.
anything? I don't know. Okay.
Oh, Colin tells him the whole
What?
bit.
What happened?
Oh, okay.
Colin hops up
Oh.
on the top bunk, lays down. So went past the security outpost that you saw, into the first room on the right, which is, Doctor, you should see it. It's the best equipped medical bay I've ever seen in my life.
Fascinating.
They do not lack for funds here, which it's absolute overkill for what they've said it is, and so I have to assume that there's something else going on here. I don't know if that's experimental research. I took lots of mental notes. There were 5 beds. The locks, just in case we need to break in, are biometric, and the beds were usually high quality. The doctor mentioned something about treating unusual burns and maladies, which, I mean, being on a volcano planet, you would expect quite a few standard burns, but unusual burns are pretty curious. The doctor wanted my blood for some reason. I would not give it to her because they weren't exactly forthcoming with what they wanted to use it for. And she wanted to hear about my backstory, my childhood, and how I ended up here. So I told them all about, Absalom.
Back
Not
into-
Absalom. Outpost Omicron. Outpost Omicron and, the great incursion we had on
Yeah.
Crier on the way over here. But I think that was it. It was about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like it was maybe a little longer than that, but on our door? Ooh.
Mordor?
Door. Aye, Rick. Yeah. Colin opens the door. All right.
Hey, Rick.
Aye, Rick. What's going on?
Here's just left with a Silverton. You know where he was headed?
Aye, the blue-green shearing. Yeah, behind the iron curtain. Come on in. And Colin hops up on the top bunk
Come into my room.
and
Here's my Xbox.
tells Rick word for word what he just told Dr. Okay. Which I will not repeat because.
What do you suppose we do about this? As they are our not so forthcoming hosts.
What are they hiding from us?
Oh yeah, you weren't actually listening.
They're
Kevin
Right.
with all the same.
Yeah, out of character. Long story short, they took me back there. It's a medical facility, really well equipped.
It's like too
There's
nice.
too much horsepower for what they're saying. Yeah, it's too nice. Asked for my entire backstory. I gave them basically what happened on Absalom. Not Absalom. I did it. I did the same thing twice. What happened on Outpost Omicron and the Void Crier and how we got here. There's something else happening. I'm not sure where this cough came from. I wonder if she gave me
Whoa!
something.
Where
Um,
is your concern? They are, in fact,
they wanted my blood.
gray infestation of some kind. So it could be possible they know your background to some degree, and that they are trying to verify your information. They are the stewards.
A great infestation.
We came from.
Did I know about that?
Well, yeah, we all came from Omicron, right?
I thought for a minute you said Comic Con.
Yeah.
Comic-Con. We all came from Comic-Con.
We love San Diego.
Yeah.
San
The
Diego.
Grays in San Diego?
Yeah. So yeah, we all came from Omicron. So like, I think it's a genuine suspicion that like we could also be the gray disguise. Is what Rick is trying to say.
Is that why you think she wanted my blood? She wanted to do a blood draw.
Maybe there is a way for them to verify we are not grays via your blood. That seems reasonable, correct, Dr. Okay?
That's
I'm sure there's all manner of sorts they can figure out with a sample of your blood, especially if that facility is well equipped as they say it is. Tell us, did you get any eerie heebie-jeebies, so to speak, when they were explaining any of their procedures to you? Did it seem like they were trying to hide something?
It seemed like they weren't telling me the whole truth.
And what did your sensibility checks?
That they weren't telling me the whole truth.
Did you let them see the dice that you rolled for your checks?
I don't trust these people.
My question
I've not got any indication that they're not stewards. Silverton's uniform was a bit disheveled, but that could easily be explained by a simple oversight.
I may feel really biased, but the stewards, their clandestine ways may in fact be necessary for what they're. And for that reason, I think it might be okay for us to trust them.
That's absolutely fine for them. I'm not in a position to give them the benefit of the doubt right now.
And we'll fade off of that in a moment. Come back to Silverton and Heerz, standing in front of Sylvania at the checkpoint to head into the restricted area. Heerz, you see Silverton pull out a badge. Sylvania looks at the badge and then reaches behind, unlocks the door, and then opens the door. And that's our game.
All right.
Yeah, this is the Kelly and